Hello, students. Welcome to Unit 1, History of Global Leadership for MOL5361. Dr. Romo here, and I just want to pop in and provide you with some information for the week to help you get started and to know the content well so you're able to be successful in all of our assignments and things that we are learning this week. As we look through the course, you'll see in our Unit 1 module, we have our activity summary. That's located at the end of the module, but I'd like to highlight it at the beginning of our instructor orientation videos so that way you're able to know right off the bat what's expected of you for this week. Your course guide will also have a list of all the deadlines for you. We have 3 items due on Wednesday. By Wednesday, you should have submitted your course requirements checklist quiz that lets us know that you're planning to stay enrolled in the course and successfully complete it here at York. It lets us know if we need to reach out to you to see anything about your engagement or anything like that. So complete that by Wednesday. Additionally, we have 2 discussions due on Wednesday as well. Those are our initial responses, our answers, our videos, whatever that may be to the discussion. And then we have our replies due on Sunday. So 2 replies, 2 discussion boards to reply to on Sunday, 3 replies each. We'll get into that later on. Also on Sunday, you have a journal to submit. That's a written assignment that's more reflective related about global mindsets. And then you have an actual assignment, a paper on an overview of global leadership literature due on Sunday. Please be mindful that the deadlines are all at 11:59 p.m. in Central Time. So make sure that you make a note of that and you get acquainted and acclimated into the course early on in the week. Looking through our assignments, our discussion video introduction is the first discussion that we have. It's a video introduction. If you provide an introduction to the course that is written and not in video format, the assignment will be returned back to you or you may not earn a favorable grade. The core requirement for this introduction discussion board is that it's a video of you. So record a video of yourself where you are introducing yourself to the course and we can get to know you very well. And then you're going to answer 5 questions. This is listed in the discussion prompt. There are things related to what you're interested in learning about global leadership, what you know about it, a particular global leader that you're familiar with, and talk a little bit about their strengths and weaknesses, and then how you plan to fill any gaps in terms of your learning for the course. So you will need to verbally reference any articles or citations you have when you're talking about this global leader, but it's really just an introductory video for us to get to know you. So make sure you respond to those questions there. And then this is due on Wednesday. So then by Sunday, you need to reply to 3 peers. That means you're going to watch 3 of your peers in the course, watch their videos and ask them a question and be prepared to answer the question posed by your peers as well. So you need to engage with them in a professional way, and those replies will be written responses. So please make sure that you are engaging with your student, with your fellow peers early on. I would say Wednesday, if you post it on Thursday, Friday, I would go in and start replying. And if you want to save that for the weekend, you can, but that is required of you. This is an introduction video assignment. That's a discussion so we can get to know everyone in the course. The next discussion that we have that is also due on Wednesday is a case study. So you'll be reading through a case study that's posted in the discussion instructions related to Jonathan Schlapfer, a German national who's never lived in Germany, and it talks to him about his leadership perspectives and who he works for BTI Global. And you're going to read through his case study and then answer a set of questions that kind of determine his effectiveness of a global leader. In that, you'll need to kind of look at and determine in your initial posts what and how you feel he has been effective as a leader. So there's 5 questions. You'll answer that and you'll make sure that you're writing at least a minimum of 500 words in your case study responses. And then you'll also get engaged with 3 peers, no later than Sunday, with 200-word replies to them. Remember, your initial response, that 500-word post, is due on Wednesday, and then your replies, 3 of them, are due on Sunday. The next assignment we have is not due until Sunday, and it's a journal assessing your knowledge and determinability of, do you have a global mindset? It's a little introduction type of assignment to let you kind of determine and see where you're at and think globally thinking and being globally minded in terms of leadership and for organizational success. So there's a brief assessment in the assignment instructions that you will, on a scale of 1 to 5, rank yourself at. So you'll need to take that assessment and score it. spend some time thinking about your answers and your scores and seeing what you think about it. Then what you'll be doing is you'll be writing a 750 word response to your scores and reflection, discussing your thoughts about the assessment and reflecting on your results as a whole. What does this mean about you being a leader and in a global society? Think about the implications from things that you've read about this week and develop a journal response that aligns with your assessment results as well as your ability to lead a group. Make sure you're utilizing APA style and you are citing information from the required studies to support your thoughts. The next one is also due on Sunday, and this is a formal assignment where you will be writing a 1,000 word paper that's in APA format with cover pages and all that fun stuff. It's going to have 2 references and also include the Mendenhall text. So that means 3 references, 2 references besides the Mendenhall text. So make sure that you are aware of that. Essentially, after reading the first 3 chapters of our required studies Google book, you will also take the information that you read from the case study for our discussion board, and then you will go through pages 90 to 92 and look at social, political, and leadership influences and determine some things that you need to refer to there. We are focusing our efforts on looking at key differences between skills of global and non-global leaders and using the Schlaffer case study to help with that. And so we're just diving a little deeper into what we did in our discussion and turning this into a formal paper that looks at key differences between skills of global and non-global leaders, using Schlaffer as an example and looking at the ethical implications that are involved in the global influence process to write a paper. As you work through this, though, it is important that you are justifying your answers with a minimum of 2 references beyond the Mendenhall text, and you're incorporating in some leadership literature, so studies related to global leadership to help support your thoughts. So I just wanted to pop in here and explain some of those assignments to you. Now, looking at some of the information we're learning about this week, I wanted to define global leadership for you. So, global leadership really is leadership that spans across diverse cultural, political, and economic systems that focuses on a globally interconnected environment with the idea of achieving goals for an organization. It's really working to keep that mindset of an organization that may have a national focus and expanding it to an international modality. So some key characteristics of effective global leadership will be individuals that have high cultural intelligence. They're easily able to adapt to new environments and new situations quickly. So they have a certain amount of adaptability. And their mindset and their thinking in terms of their leadership is already oriented to being global, meaning going beyond their local environment, their region, their nation, etc. So when we look through that, there is a particular significance of global leadership because it helps navigate complex challenges that we may see abroad, and it works to foster collaboration across borders. So leading in multicultural environments really helps prepare you for a global leadership mindset, because we're not necessarily talking about organizations that have a physical or virtual presence in other nations, but it's also working in multicultural environments as well. So global leadership really involves navigating and managing the complexity of leadership in a broad-based globalized world. We know that Mendenhall highlights that this leadership style really requires a high cultural intelligence and a mindset that is globally focused to effectively connect and lead across cultural, political, and economic divides. It's not just management skills, it's really about being adaptable and open to diverse perspectives. So when we see that, we know and we can learn, and the text is also telling us this, that there are multidisciplinary routes to global leadership. And all that means is that leadership itself is an area of study, just like communication, is interdisciplinary and borrows and utilizes concepts from psychology, international business, sociology, as well as leadership. And the reason for that is simple. If you are internationally focused and your organization will be leading and interacting across country lines, meaning in multiple countries and having a presence for multiple countries, you have to have a cross-cultural psychological perspective, knowing and understanding how culture impacts behavior and thought processes, because what you do in one area may be different than what you do in another. You have to have a solid understanding of sociological impacts in leadership, meaning know what sociology is and studying those social systems and group dynamics. Have some insights into how international business works, as well as have some core leadership theories and practices at the ready for you to be successful in this. Global leadership is rooted in a variety of disciplines. We know that Ausland explains to us that cross-cultural psychology provides insights into the role of culture and shaping behaviors, while international business offers strategies for managing diverse markets. These types of sociological perspectives help leaders understand social systems, and understanding leadership from a theoretical perspective provides some foundational skills to effective team management. So together, utilizing and knowing these interdisciplinary aspects can help you create a comprehensive approach to developing global leaders capable of tackling complex and interconnected issues regardless of boundaries. And some other things that we're looking at is we're expanding our knowledge into what are some global leadership research trends. So there's a lot of evolution of global leadership studies in its current sense. There's an early focus on expatriate leaders and the shift of inclusive frameworks for leadership in multicultural contexts. But a lot of the literature is related to themes in the area of cultural intelligence, building and sustaining global teams, as well as addressing ethical dilemmas in a global context and understanding the cultural implications of that. So, those three ideas right there can significantly help you as a leader or in some of these assignments. So when we're looking at our assignment, our paper we're writing this week on an overview of global leadership and the literature related to that, you have to have two outside sources. So look at and go to the York University Library or use Google Scholar to help you look at cultural intelligence in leading global groups or sustaining global teams. Other emerging areas of this type of literature are looking at virtual global leadership, looking at how we can build and lead virtual teams and the communicative aspects of that. And now that we can employ people anywhere in the world versus we all have to have a physical presence in a certain region where the company is located. Leadership is about sustainability and social impact, and over time, global leadership research has expanded from a narrow focus to more inclusive frameworks that consider the complexity of leading multicultural teams. So, current trends emphasize the importance of cultural intelligence, ethical decision making, as well as the ability to be inclusive in your framework and development of your team. And emerging areas like virtual leadership and sustainability are helping to shape the future of this area of study. So as leaders are facing new challenges in a rapidly evolving digital global environment, we can look at some of the things that help us along the way. So I just wanted to share some things with you that could help you as you're working through the content this week. Do not forget, we have 3 assignments due on Wednesday. You need to submit your course requirements quiz. It's a little checklist, meaning that you've gone through the introductory items in the course. You have 2 discussion boards that are due. One is a video one is a written response. On Sunday, you have replies to those discussion boards that are due. You need to reply to 3 students for each discussion. You have your journal due, another written assignment, and you also have your paper due. It's your assignment on an overview of global leadership literature. So if you need anything, let me know. I'm more than welcome to meet with you and engage with you, and I look forward to getting to know you this session. I'm praying for you along the way, and just know that the Lord will be with you in more ways than one this week. God bless.